Greetings, citizens of the world. The Trump administration's response to Hurricane Harvey was actually both quick and effective, so the press had to find something else to focus on. And that something quickly became Melania Trump's heels. Yes, even though the First Lady visited Houston and even though she changed into sneakers aboard Air Force One, the fact that she was wearing high-heeled shoes to get on the plane was the real unpardonable sin. Oh, and there was the fact that Trump didn't dole out enough hugs. In an op-ed for CNN, former Obama administration aide David Axelrod said that Trump failed his test as consoler-in-chief, saying that Trump's visit was another dispiriting display of obtuse self-puffery, a case of Freudian projection on behalf of his old boss if I've ever seen one. So, if Melania's performance was a Marie Antoinette-esque let them wear Jimmy Choo's moment, surely the caring wife of our former consoler-in-chief acquitted herself better while America was recovering from its most powerful storm since Hurricane Katrina. I'm sure she went down to Houston to aid in the relief efforts or helped fundraise for victims of the storm. Or she spent her time vacationing on the Spanish island of Mallorca, that too. Yes, according to the UK Daily Mail, the former First Lady, 53, shielded herself from the sun with shades and a black hood to enjoy a hike around the island on Thursday. She was surrounded by members of her staff tagging along for the sweat session, with members of her security team flanking her. The day after her hike, Michelle boarded a yacht, wearing a white crop top and a stylish wrap skirt with a bird pattern, letting the fabric flow to show her toned legs. Thank God for those toned legs. I'm sure they've provided plenty of inspiration for those affected by the Texas flood waters. For those of you who were curious, the former president was apparently back in the United States during his wife's jaunt to Bella España. Well, okay, she's not First Lady anymore. Let's look back at what she did when she visited Hurricane Sandy victims back when her husband was president. That'll provide a more thorough look at just how caring Michelle Obama is in situations like these. Oh, wait, that's right, she didn't visit with the victims. Instead, while her husband went to the Northeast in the aftermath of the storm in 2012, Michelle decided to stay behind in Chicago and write fundraising letters. Now, in a vacuum, I don't particularly care what Michelle Obama does or doesn't do for hurricane victims. I've said it before. If she had decided she wanted to lounge around the Lincoln bedroom and binge-watch Gilmore Girls for the entirety of the Obama presidency, I would have been fine with that arrangement. Heck, I'm sure a lot of schoolchildren across this fruited plain would have much preferred her to pay more attention to what Lorelai and Rory were eating at Luke's Diner and less attention to what they were eating for lunch. That said, when the media gloms on to the twin narratives that the Trumps are essentially the digital age Romanovs and that the Obamas are a first family that really cares, we need to look at actions instead of reputations. That's the problem, though, when it comes to American politics, the media has gotten to the point where a person's actions are determined by their reputations as opposed to the other way around, and their reputations are determined by where they stand on the political spectrum. Thus, visiting hurricane victims becomes insensitive because of footwear, but not visiting hurricane victims at all is transmogrified into an act of caring because, well, why the heck not? Enjoy your vacation, Michelle.